Okay, today for language, we are doing page 133. I'm just going to do these sentences at the top of you, and I do believe you have a page that will be like that, and it will be on the test. We are starting to review for the test, which will be on Friday. And one of the things you will need to do on the test is to divide sentences between the subject and the predicate part of the sentence. And then you will have to decide whether the pronoun is in the subject part or the predicate part. So the first thing I want to do is review our pronouns and talk about whether it's the subject pronoun or the predicate. Can everybody see the chart? Yeah. All right, so let's do the ones that are used in the subject part of the sentence.
I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they.
Remember, this is subject, but this is the singular. And this is the plural, okay? So I, you, he, she, it could be singular. We, you, they could be plural, all right? Then on the predicate side, these are called objective. They're not, these are subjective. These are objective. They're used on the predicate side. So it is
me, you, him, her, it, us, you, them.
So the me, you, him, her, it, those are all the singular objective. Plural objective would be us, you, them. Okay, so those would you use the objective case. Some of you are not looking. You need to be looking so that you are learning. Yes, ma'am? So, we're going to divide these sentences between the subject and the predicate part, and if the pronoun is in the subject part of the sentence, we'll use one of the subjective verbs. If the pronoun is in the predicate part of the sentence, we're going to use one of the objective verbs. Pronouns, sorry. Pronouns, objective, subjective, and objective pronouns. All right, Dan and I or me raked leaves. Where are we going to divide that one? Everybody.
After I or me.
Yes, after the I or me. Micah, you need to pay attention, please. After the I or me. So let's look at the predicate part. Raked leaves. What's your verb?
Raked.
Raked. That's the only thing. Can you leaves?
No.
You can leave the room, but they're not saying that. Are they saying that?
No.
No, they're saying raked leaves. So that's like the leaves on the tree. Some of you are still not looking. You need to put that away now. If I have to talk to you again, I am going to write you up. Please stop playing with things that aren't even supposed to be out on your desk. Zip that up this instant and put it away now.
It doesn't fit.
Then put it away. And you need a pouch that will zip so you don't have everything falling over your desk. I don't even know why you have that out. And some more of you back there need to pay attention. All right, so then you ask yourself, who raked? All right, well first let's start with the first Dan. And then for the pronoun, we are going to choose I. And let me see what you're having to do. I think they're going to have you circle it. Yes, they want you to circle it. Now you also will underline it. So you're going to circle I and underline it because Dan and I raked. I raked. Would you ever say me raked?
No.
No, it doesn't even make sense, does it? All right, let's read the next one. She or her and Ruth are singing. Where are we going to divide it?
After Ruth.
After Ruth. Okay, Olivia, you can't answer anymore. Okay, you can answer in your brain, not out loud. So answer in your brain only. The rest of you, what is the verb?
Are singing.
Very good. Are singing. This one's running out of juice. Let me switch to my other one because that one's running out of juice. I already started with blue. Let me grab the other blue. Oh, I think that was my good blue. Oh well. All right, so we're going to go back to the subjective side, and we're going to say that what is the subject?
She.
She is singing, but since it's and Ruth, we're going to say
She.
and Ruth. And we shouldn't have done it twice, my bad. But you do need to underline she as well as circle she. She is the one you choose. Then you need to underline it. I want to make sure that's what they are doing. Yes. Circling it and underlining it because it is the subject. Now, if we ever pick one one down here on the predicate end, are we gonna underline that one? No, because it's not the subject. The reason we're underlining it is because it is the subject. Okay, that's why we're underlining. We're circling it because that's the one we're picking, and then we're underlining it because it's the subject. It's who's doing the action. All right, let's read the next one. Okay, I erased part of that by accident, but it says, give he or him that book. Now, who can tell me what kind of sentence that is? Jonathan?
Imperative.
It is imperative. What did we learn about the subject of an imperative sentence? Ben?
It's always you.
Yes, it is always you understood. So over here, I'm going to put the word you. That's the subject of that sentence. Where am I going to divide the line?
After you.
Yes, after that you. That's where you're going to draw the line. Right, Eric? You paying attention? Jonathan, sit up. Sit up. If you can't sit up, I'm going to make you guys stand up. Mercy. So after the word you, because you is a subject, put it in parentheses. It's a you understood. You don't say it. You just know. Who you're talking to? You're talking to you. And you're telling you to do what? Give. That's your verb. Give is the verb. You understood. Give. Now, are we on the subject side of the sentence or the predicate side of the sentence for this he or him? So we need to use the predicate, the objective case. Which one is that going to be? Him. Very good. Pay attention. We're going to use him, so we're going to circle him. You understood. Give him that book. Now, do I need to underline him?
Yes.
No, because it's not our subject. You understood is the subject. Who's doing the giving? You are doing the giving. I'm telling you to give him that book. You don't underline this, you just circle it. I need you to pay attention. You're not paying attention. Pay attention. Put your hand down. You don't need to prop up. Put your hand down. You don't need to prop up. You can stand up. All right. Mom told I or me a story. Where are we going to divide it?
After
Mom. After mom. So let's look at the predicate side. What's the verb? Told. The verb is told. What are you doing? Told. Who told? Mom. So we're going to underline mom as our subject. So where's the pronoun? It's on the predicate side. So we're going to take the objective case.
Me.
Yes. Objective case. This side. Me. Because I is over here on the subject side, right? So we're going to circle it, but we don't need to underline it because it's not the subject of this sentence. Right? I need you to pay attention. All right. Pass I or me the apples. You can tell me. We got to figure this one out. What kind of sentence is this, Brennan? Yes, it's another imperative sentence. So what's our subject going to be?
You.
It's you understood again. So again, you need to put you understood. And then we're going to draw a line.
After you.
After the you understood. What's your verb? Eric, what's the verb? Pass. That's the only thing you can do. Pass. Who's doing it? You. You pass I or me the apples. Me. Because it's on the predicate side. So we're picking the objective case. Pass me the apples. Don't need to underline it because it's not the subject. The subject is on that side. That's when you circle and underline it if it's the subject. Like here with I and here with a she. I don't even know if they have any like that on their test. They do not. You guys won't have to worry about this kind. They won't give you any imperative sentences on the test. It will just either be divided, pick the subject one like this, or pick the objective one like these. Okay? We will practice this some more later in the week. All right, well, let's do your paper because you have exactly this, and then we'll move on to the next section. So we're going to do your first section on your paper. All right, everybody pick up your pencil. Pick up your pencil now so that you're with me. All right, let's read that first sentence together. The first sentence says, Mrs. Warren invited they or them to our class. divide it?
After Mrs. Warren.
Yes, after Mrs. Warren. What is the verb?
Invited.
So underline invited
Twice.
2 times. So divided after Mrs. Warren and underline invited twice. Who invited?
Mrs. Warren.
So underline Mrs. Warren
Once.
All right, now we already know Mrs. Warren is our subject, so we know the pronoun we're going to pick is not subjective, it's going to be objective. So is it going to be they or them?
Them.
Very good. So circle them. Read the next one with me. The neighbors brought we or us some warm pumpkin bread. Where are we going to divide it?
After neighbors.
Okay, Olivia, you can't answer. In your head only. You're the only one answering. So after neighbors. What test?
Don't we have to put S or P in the one?
Oh, yes, you do have to put S or P. So where do we find the first pronoun? On the subject or predicate side? Predicate. So put a P for predicate side. It's on the predicate side. Sorry about that. All right. Now we divided after neighbors. What's the verb? Brought. Underline brought twice. You already had underline, so why didn't you say it? Who brought? Neighbors. So underline neighbors once. Where's our pronoun? On the subject side or the predicate side? Predicate side. So put a P, and we're going to pick which pronoun because it's on the predicate side? Us. Very good. So put a P for predicate side. The pronoun is on the predicate side of the sentence, so we're going to pick us. By the way, if you can't remember, they have them listed up at their top. Up in that orange box, they have the subject and the predicate pronouns, which is also known as objective case pronouns. All right, number 3. William and I or me swept the sidewalk for Mr. Sagner. Where are we going to divide it?
After I or me.
After the I or the me. So after the I or the me. And what's the verb? No, I asked you what's the verb. Whoever's saying William is not thinking about what I'm asking for. Swept. The verb is swept. That's something you can do. You swept the sidewalk, right? Swept. Underline twice. Who swept? William. And either I or me. Which one is going to be? I, because this is on the subject side. So you should be putting an S in the blank, and you should be circling the word I, but then what else do you need to do?
Underline.
Underline it. Just like you underline William, you need to underline the word I. Sorry. That's all right. All right, number 4. She or her and I or me will play a piano duet next month. All right, so we're going to divide it.
After I or me.
Why do you underline these twice? We don't underline the subject twice. We underline it once. And you shouldn't be underlining the word and. You should have only underlined William once and the word I once. Right? All right, so where are we divided again?
After I and me.
After the choice of I and me. Divide it. So what's your verb? Will play. Who was that? Good job, Abby. Will play. So underline will play 2 times. That is your verb. That's the action. Who's doing that action? Well, guess what? You have 2 pronouns on the subject side of your sentence, don't you? So go ahead and put there on the subject side of your sentence. So put an S for the subject side of the sentence. And what are the subjective verbs? She and I. So circle she and underline it. Circle I and underline it. You need to circle it completely, then underline it. Circle it completely and then underline it because she is your subject. Circle I completely and underline it 1 time only. Do we understand how to do this? Anybody that doesn't understand, because this will be on the test on Friday, just like this. Are you raising your hand? Or just scratching? All right, next one. Read it with me. Last week, we or us went on a hike in the mountains. Where are we going to divide it? After what? I heard somebody go, after. And that was all they said. After the we or the us. So divide it after the we or the us. And what is your verb?
Went.
Went. So underline went 2 times. That's your verb. Now you look in the subject side of the sentence, and that's where your pronouns are, right? So the pronoun choices need to be the subject ones. Subject pronouns. Subjective case. It's on the subject side, so put an S for subject side. All right, and which one are we going to choose? We or us? We. We is the subjective case. So circle we and underline it once because it's your subject. We is the subject. We went. All right, the next thing you have on your paper, I don't have anything like it on the board. So we're just going to go ahead and do it. And we're just going to choose the right one. Now, please hand that cup to I or me. All right, now, if we divided it, we would divide it where? No. Very good, Brennan. Brennan's paying attention. What kind of sentence is this, guys? It's an imperative sentence. So you would divide it after the you understood. It's just like the ones we were doing on the board. Except we're not being told to divide these. We're just being told to pick the right one. So there would be a you understood subject. And then, please, hand would be your verb. So that means your pronoun choices are on the objective side of the sentence, correct? So which pronoun are we going to pick? I or me? Me. So write me on the line. Are you going to put that comma? No. You don't need the comma. Whether you chose I or me, you would not put the comma. The comma is just there to separate the choices. Some of you got into a bad habit of putting the comma if you chose the first one. You would write that word and put the comma. That's not what you're supposed to do. All right, next sentence says, read it with me. Levi and I or me are best friends. Where would you divide this one? After I or me. Now, do you need to? No, they're just making you think these through in your head. So therefore, the pronoun is on the what side of the sentence? Subject. So you want to pick the pronoun I, because it is the subject of the sentence. Levi, I, that's your subject, and then it's our best friends. R would be your non-action verb. Read number 3 with me. Thomas gave he or him a new baseball. Where would you divide this one? After Thomas. And your verb is going to be gave. So that means our pronoun choices are on the predicate side. So we're going to pick the objective case or the predicate pronoun him. Very good. Thomas gave him a new baseball. So write the word him. Now the next thing we have, I do have on the board, but I'm going to have to move the camera and then I'll have to move it right back again. And I don't want to have to do that. So we're going to do what's on the board on this side and then I'll move the camera. So I'm not having to move the camera 2 times. I have diagramming on the board because we will have diagramming on our test. Just want to make sure my camera's in the right spot. It looks like it is. So everybody needs to pay attention, but especially Riley, I really need you to pay attention because this was taught before you came, but you will have it on the test. All right, it's what we've been doing, dividing and underlining the subject. All right, so the first sentence says, Levi sang and hummed happily. Where are we going to divide it, class?
After Levi.
Come on, guys, wake up. You sound asleep. After Levi. So what's our verb? Sang and hum. So underline sang twice. Underline hum twice. When you say, who sang and hummed? Levi. So underline Levi once. All right, there we see that? So what are we going to line on this line? Levi. That is our subject. Levi goes first on that line. And then the rocket ship is for our compound verb, which is going to be sang, hum. So on the top line you write sang, and on the bottom you're going to write hum. All right. Next sentence says, last night Avery was asking Dad for help. All right, so And we're gonna divide that one.
After Avery.
Are you paying attention? After Avery. So then you say, what's the verb?
Was.
Very good. Not just was, but was asking. Because asking is something you can do. Who was asking?
Avery.
Avery. Very good. So on the first line, we need to write
Avery.
Avery. And then on the other side, we need to write
Was
was asking, which is our verb. Alright, this is just two different, similar to two different ones that are on the test, and I will keep putting a few more up each day until we've covered all the different times that could be on the test. Now, sorry about this, Grace, but you're going to have to go for a ride to the other side of the room. Alright. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look. This is not from your paper. Whoops. I'm just going to have to move it after we do the top part. I just want you to look at all these words up here, and we're going to find all the pronouns. So raise your hand if you see a pronoun. Liam.
She.
She. She is a pronoun. Raise your hand for another one. Olivia.
We.
We. We is a pronoun. Give me another one. Lily.
Us.
Us. Us is a pronoun. Very good. Owen.
You.
You. You is a pronoun. You already did one. If you already did one, put your hand down. Let's try to answer twice. Maya.
You.
Do I have you? I do have you up there twice. Whoops. I did not really mean to put you up there twice. Jonathan. I. Very good. Tess.
He.
Say it again.
He.
He. Very good. He. Zeke.
It.
It. And we're getting down to not too many left. If you already answered one, you can put your hand down. I said, Brennan.
They.
They. Very good. So let's read the words that we haven't circled.
Teacher. Gordon. Family. Boys. Dad. And Olivia.
What are they? What are all those words that are left? Nouns. Remember, pronouns take the place of nouns. So this word family could be replaced with the word they or we, if you're talking about yourself included in your family. Teacher could be she or he, right? If it was teachers, then it might be they. Thank you for raising your hand. I don't want you to do Gordon out at first. What?
What is a Gordon?
It's a boy's name.
Oh.
And it also sometimes is a last name, but it was up there as a boy's name. All right, now we have to do the section that is similar to what is on the bottom of your paper. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to circle the pronoun. This is two sentences. Does everybody see that it's two sentences? All right, so we're going to circle the pronoun, and then we're going to underline the noun that is naming. So look up here. Don't look at your paper. These are not on your paper. These are samples to help you do what's on your paper, and we're going to do what's on your paper together. So eyes should be up here. Eyes should be up here. That's where your eyes should be. All right, let's read the first one. Amy, did you see the sunset? It was very pretty. Now I erased that by accident, but that is supposed to be Amy. All right, now this one is slightly tricky in the fact that it has two pronouns in it. Therefore, you're going to have two different nouns that you need to find that they would rename. Who can tell me what the first pronoun is? Olivia.
You.
You. You guys see the word you?
Yeah.
Who is you talking about? Paige?
Amy.
Amy. So you would underline Amy. You would draw an arrow, is everybody watching, back to Amy, because this pronoun you is talking about Amy. All right, what is the other pronoun?
Sunset. I meant it.
It. Very good. It is the pronoun, and since you sort of already told us, go ahead and tell us what noun is it naming? It is naming what noun?
Sunset.
Yes, sunset. He said when he was supposed to be saying a pronoun, he said the noun. So it is referring to sunset. Now there is one reason I put this on the board, because on your test you will have one that has two different pronouns like this. Do you guys understand? Some of you aren't really paying attention, so you're probably not going to find both of them, and you're going to get part of that sentence wrong because you're not really paying attention. Second sentence says, read it with me, Callie and Bo are absent. They are both sick. All right, so what is our pronoun? They. All right, since we have they, we know they is for plural. So that could be a plural word, like family can be a unit of people, right? Or it could be they're talking about more than one person. So Paige already answered one of these. I want somebody else to wake up out there and answer this for me. Landon, who is they talking about?
Callie and
Bo. That's an unusual name, isn't it? Callie and Bo. So we're going to underline Callie. We're going to underline Bo. I'm just trying to find out if we're supposed to be underlining the word and. No, do not underline the word land. Now pay attention. This is what you're going to do, because you're going to be doing this on your paper today. Watch. You're going to go from they all the way to Callie, and then you can just drop off of the same line and drop down to Bo also. You see how I did that?
yeah.
So draw from they all the way to the furthest word first, and then off of that line just drop down to the second word that both of them are referring. They is referring to both Callie and Bo. All right, now we're going to do your paper. Same type thing. Everybody, get your pencil ready. Let's read the first sentence. It says, Maya is going to Kansas next week. She will be gone for 3 days. So what is our pronoun? Maya, you want to do this one for us? What's your pronoun?
She.
She. So everybody circle she. Who is she talking about, Maya?
Maya.
It is talking about Maya. So everybody underline Maya. And draw from the word she, start at she, and go back to Maya. She is talking about Maya. Draw an arrow. Eric, are you with me? Did you do it already? Okay, good. You did it very neatly too. I like that neatness. I don't know what you're doing. She goes back to Maya. She is talking about Maya. I don't know what you're doing, buddy. Did you see how you went back to Amy? You, who's you? You is Amy. It is sunset. They is supposed to be Callie and Bo. I said go from she back to Maya. Underline Maya all the way. You didn't underline all of Maya. You're not being neat with your underlining. Okay, let's read the next one. Next one says, Everett said that he forgot to bring a lunch today. What is the pronoun, class? He. Who is he talking about? Everett. So circle he. Go to Everett and underline Everett. Circle he. Underline Everett. Then draw the arrow from he back to Everett. Because he is talking about Everett. Let's read the next one. Ian and Caleb are late today. They must have missed the bus. All right, so what's our pronoun? They. So circle they. Yeah. All right, who is they talking about? Ian, Caleb. Underline Ian, underline Caleb. And you're going to do it like I did on the board. Go from they all the way back to Ian, and then sort of drop off that same line down to Caleb. So that you have two arrows. Are you supposed to be underlining them twice? Do we underline nouns twice? No, we don't. We never underline nouns twice. We only underline them once. Verbs get underlined twice. Do not underline nouns twice. All right, read the next one. The third graders learned that they will be visiting the zoo on a field trip. Please sit down for right now, real quick. We're almost done. Can you not just finish to the end? All right, so what is the pronoun?
They.
They. And who is they talking about?
Graders.
Third graders. Go ahead and underline third graders. Both words, third graders. And then you draw from the word they back to third graders. All right, Nathan spilled honey on the table. It made a sticky mess. What's your pronoun? It. What is it talking about? Honey. What is it? Honey. What spilled and made the mess? Honey. So honey is the pronoun, the noun that the pronoun it is talking about. So circle it, underline honey, draw the arrow from it back to honey. All right, let me just talk about some of the other things that will be on the test, which we will keep reviewing. All right, I already told you about diagramming. We did a little bit of that. I already told you about finding the predicate or the subject part of the sentence and picking the correct pronoun. There'll be a section like this where you have to circle the pronouns in a group of words, just like this, similar to this, different words though. And what you just did, that'll be on the test. To me, it's a pretty easy test if you are paying attention as I'm teaching, because everything we did, either on the board or on your paper today, is on the test on Friday. All right, you may go ahead and put that in your classwork folder and save it. You'll need the other side tomorrow.